Hey guys, what's up? ThirstyThursten here, and today I want to share some very big news and talk about the changes and the long await and everything that has been going on with Yosemite Forest Ranger. I am the lead developer and creator of Yosemite Forest Ranger, and I want to talk to you guys about why it's taking so long, what is going on currently, and at the end of this video there might be some very interesting possibilities or opportunities maybe for you guys, so keep watching till the end. If it takes too long because, I don't know, look below for the chapters and skip ahead if you feel like you need to. This video is meant for all the audiences that are affiliated in some way with Yosemite Forest Ranger, and that includes the people on Steam, on YouTube, Discord, the people that partake, that were contributors in the IndieGoGo campaign, everybody. The problem is I have been absent in a lot of eyes of people because I don't really post a lot of updates on Steam or social media or whatever. I mainly use Discord and I post videos or photos of the development process and the things that are changing in there. So a lot of people might have missed out on information. That's my fault. I'm sorry. So with this video, I want to get you guys all into what is going on and yeah, how things are going. And like I said, at the end, you will get an opportunity. So thank you, and yeah, let's go. So first things first, what is Yosemite Forest Ranger, or YFR as I will refer to it a lot down the line? Yosemite Forest Ranger is a game based in Unreal Engine 5 that I started as a passion project a while ago. We'll get to that. But Yosemite Forest Ranger is basically a very rich emotional journey through storytelling in an open world set in Yosemite Valley in Yosemite National Park in the USA. It takes place in around somewhere in the 1980s, and you will go through the journey as the character ThirstyThursten, who has a very rich history and emotional history within the valley, and you will go on that journey and explore the world. So it's mostly an exploration game. It has crafting, it has survival aspects, but mostly it's about the story and just enjoying the beautiful nature and scenery that's in there. There is survival, there will be some building, farming, it will have all these things. Please check out the Steam page for all the planned features and everything. We might go over some of them later in the video, so yeah, check it out. Alright, so I mentioned that Yosemite Forest Ranger is a passion project, right? But how did it start? How did it come to be a game? So Yosemite Forest Ranger started basically as an idea somewhere midway 2021 with a few friends and community members on the Discord and YouTube channel. We started brainstorming about an idea, and I wanted to develop a game. Of course, had no idea how hard it would be, but I love it still, so it's a really good journey. I started working on it in August 2021, and then with a lot of work, with help from the community, of course, because it's a community project, it came to early access on May 26th, 2022, if I remember correctly. And from there, it's been a long journey. As you can see here on the picture on the screen, you see the difference from when we started and when we went into early access. And later in this video, you will see pictures of how it looks now. Mind you, it looks completely different, and I will get into it why in a little bit. And when Yosemite Forest Ranger got into early access, it was kind of a somewhat flat experience, you could say. There wasn't a lot of livelihood in the forest. It was just you as ThirstyThursten. There was no wildlife. There were trees, there were cabins, but there wasn't much else. So of course we wanted wildlife in there. And because it is an early access project, it is a passion project, there is no funding, there is like everything we do is out of pocket, and everything we gain from selling the game or through the IndieGoGo campaign that I will go into a little bit went straight back into the game. Also memberships on YouTube and everything go straight into Yosemite Forest Ranger. So we wanted wildlife, right? as you should have in a forest game. So I started working on that, and we immediately noticed that models and animations for animals are hella expensive. So what did we do? We started a crowdfunding campaign on IndieGoGo, and that was very successful. People had the chance to get pictures of their pets in the game, depending on your contribution tier, of course. So people had the chance to get their pet in the game as a picture or their name or whatever. And all in all, we raised around 760 euros. So that was a very good campaign. It was enough for us to get most animals that we really wanted. There are a few more that we want, but those will come in due time. And that is basically the IndieGoGo campaigns. And while the campaign ran, I of course was already working in the back end on the wildlife update. And the animals that we wanted to buy from the marketplace aren't the only assets that I get from the marketplace. Basically, like, my whole code base is from the marketplace. I work together with the developer of that code base. He's really cool. Games by Hyper. Look it up if you're interested. And he has a lot of like a survival template kind of thing that was really fitting and suiting for our purposes. Then while I was working on the wildlife update, I got a message from the developer of the code base of Games by Hyper. He was working on a new combat component, and for that one he needed to basically reinvent all his code base to make it work together easier and better for the people that would buy it. That's the short story of it, but that would mean that all of my code base would be rebuilt and rewritten. And that would mean that because I built functionalities on top of that base, I would have to redo all of my code as well. Well, that is of course not really good. Aside from that, if you have played Yosemite Forest Ranger right now or have seen footage of it, you might feel like this scale is not really on par with the real life location. That's because when I started the project, I was really inexperienced in Unreal Engine. I never even touched the engine when I started with it, so I just went as I just learned as I go, like most people do with YouTube tutorials and that sort of stuff. Next to that, currently our voice actor is getting a lot of more responsibilities in his life, and that might make him less available for voice recordings, which is of course another challenge for us. So in the meantime, I started fiddling around with some other stuff, and I found this software Houdini, which you might have heard of. It's for mostly simulations and 3D stuff. I found out that it was actually really easy to export and re-import the landscape onto scale as it should have been from the beginning. With that, I was talking to the guys on Discord, the other community members and my helpers, and Simon Frost, who is our community manager, and we started brainstorming and thinking about it. If I ever wanted to reinvent the game, because I already had to redo my code base and I was waiting for the update, why not just reboot the game basically? So I was already importing the landscape, I was fiddling around with it, showed it to the guys, and they were like, wow, this is so much more realistic, so much bigger, this is gonna be awesome, and whatever. And it kinda is right now, if I may say so myself. So I'm starting with the new best practices that I've learned. I'm starting with a new, way bigger map that is way more realistic, and you will see some footage on the screen somewhere right now where I'll show you a comparison of the old map and the new map based upon an aircraft carrier model. It was the biggest thing I could find that was still visible, so that's why you see that right now. It's not really logical, but it's just to give you a sense of scale. And this basically brings me to the point of the video where we've all been waiting for. What I'm offering you guys is a chance to look at where I am right now. I'm gonna call this a technical proof of concept, or TPoC for short. If you see it anywhere mentioned, that's what it means. So keep in mind, guys, please, I need to disclaim this right now. This is should not be considered as a game, and it is not gonna be well optimized. There are a few basic settings like low, medium, high, and epic for graphics and all kinds of things And that's all you have right now. And so right now you can roam around in the world as I've built it and explore it. You can feel the sense of scale that it has right now. If you've played the game before, you'll know what I mean. How can you get access, or how can you do this, you ask? Well, if you own the game, you can get it through the betas program in Steam. I will tell you about it in a second. If you do not own the game yet, please get it now, as it will be cheaper now. Once the new update or the reboot or whatever you want to call it comes out, the price will be increased with a few bucks. There will be discounts throughout the rest of the year and maybe next year as well, with the bigger sales, and maybe in between a little bit as well, so keep an eye out for that, or just get it now because it's not that expensive, I guess. For the betas program, you go to Steam, you go to your library, you go to Yosemite Forest Ranger in your Steam library. In the bar where the big play button is on the right hand side, there is the little gear icon, and you go to properties. In the properties menu that pops up, you will see a tab on the left side called betas. If you open the betas tab, you can type in a access code for private betas, and the access code, I'm gonna put it in the screen right now, is gonna be IWannaTryTheTPoC, all in one word with the capitals as you see it on screen. Check the code, click on the button, check the code, and it will tell you that you are available or whatever to participate in the beta. Go ahead, click it, and it will update your game automatically. And with that, you have access to the TPoC right now. I hope you guys will try it out. If you're a content creator, feel free to stream it and check it out with your viewers. But do keep in mind that it's not going to be that optimized, so you might experience issues with OBS or Streamlabs or whatever you're using because of the optimization. I think that is it for this video. If you have any suggestions or feedback or whatever, feel free to drop it anywhere where you see this video. I will read most on Discord. I will keep the Steam community pages open as well, so you guys can go in there and leave some messages or feedback or whatever. Again, I am so sorry that this whole update part and the whole development process takes so long. I appreciate all of you who support Yosemite Forest Ranger, who have been part and contributor in the IndieGoGo campaign, and of course everybody who has bought it, played it, and experienced it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you will check it out in the future as well, the game that is. And I hope to see you all in your streams or in mine while we're enjoying games. So don't forget to stay thirsty, have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for checking out this video, and thank you for your patience. Alright, bye bye!